The chosen one. This letter arrived at the perfect time for you. This is not arbitrary. This is no coincidence. This is heavenly alignment. You are drawn here because there is something inside you that is waiting to be unveiled. Something strong and holy. There's a reason you've always felt different. There is a reason why you have never fit into the world's mold. You were not intended to. You were not meant to follow the route of the majority. You were called to follow in the footsteps of a select few. You already know this deep inside your spirit. You've always felt different from the other people. But what if I told you that, among the selected, there is an even rarer group, a tiny percentage of people who possess extraordinary spiritual gifts? Only a small percentage of those picked have these talents. And if you are getting this message right now, you are most likely one of them. Have you ever felt that your spiritual abilities are unique, deeper, and more powerful than others? Have you ever experienced anything that others couldn't understand? Have you had any dreams that subsequently come true? Have you ever felt energy changes or known something was about to happen before it did? If any of this rings true for you, it's not your imagination. This is confirmation. You are not ordinary. You've been entrusted with something most people would never understand. These unusual spiritual abilities were bestowed to you for a purpose. They were not randomly allocated. They represent a heavenly obligation. You were picked not just for your abilities, but also to utilize them for a larger good. And now you'll find out precisely what they are. You're going to learn the secret skills that set the percent apart from the rest of the world. You are going to discover why you have always felt different, how your experiences vary from those of others, and why the path of a really gifted chosen one is both strong and intense. But before we go any farther, I need you to affirm something inside yourself. If you sense this message stirring in your soul, or if something inside you awakens as you listen, if you've always knew you were different but never really understood why, please comment. You are making a spiritual proclamation right now. This is a confirmation. Let it be known that you understand who you are, that you acknowledge the talents bestowed upon you, and that you are prepared to walk in your full divine authority, chosen one. What you are going to discover will open your eyes in ways you never expected. You'll finally get answers to questions you've had for years. You'll start to grasp the otherworldly encounters you've encountered. You will fully understand your part in the divine plan. This is not just another message. This is a revelation. You've been called. You've been picked. And now it's time to remember who you are. Paying attention to what you're going to hear will change your whole perspective on your spiritual abilities. It will clarify things that previously baffled you. It will validate what your soul previously understood but couldn't properly express. This is wisdom that only a select few will get, and you are one of them. Are you ready? The truth is going to be exposed. Who are the selected ones? The chosen one. You were never intended to live an average existence. You were never intended to follow the patterns of this world, to blend in with the crowd. Accept the same limits that others do. Before you were born, before taking your first breath, you were set aside. Your soul was given a mission beyond what the human intellect can completely grasp. You were picked. This is not just a title. It's an identity. To be a chosen one, you have been given a calling, a heavenly assignment. This means you were selected by the Almighty for something bigger. It implies that your existence is not accidental. Every experience, hardship, and difficulty has shaped you, preparing you for the part you were meant to play. Others may drift through life without direction. The selected ones have always sensed a strong pull, a sense that they are here for something bigger. Even before they completely comprehend it, they may sense it in their soul. There is an unmistakable power that keeps them apart from the rest of the world. This force is their spiritual awakening, and it is what leads the selected ones along a different road than everyone else. Most people's lives revolve on following anticipated routines, such as attending school, working, seeking acceptance, and complying to societal standards. However, this framework has never made sense to the selected ones. They have been questioning everything since they were very little. They felt detached from the world around them, unable to fit into the stereotypes that others seem to accept so effortlessly. They look beyond what is provided to them. They perceive energy. They see patterns. They hear underlying realities that others disregard. Then, at some point during their path, they experience an awakening. This awakening isn't gentle. It's not easy. It is often caused by intense suffering, loss, or betrayal. It is the point at which everything they thought they knew starts to crumble, forcing them to view the world for what it actually is. In this moment, they know they were never intended to be a part of the mob. They were never intended to follow the same road as everyone else. Their path is one of revelation, of breaking free from illusions and moving into full understanding of their divine purpose. But there's another layer to this. Not all picked ones are identical. While everyone has been chosen for a greater purpose, only a percentage has the most rare and strong spiritual abilities. These are the people that walk with an anointing, so powerful that it cannot be ignored. They are the ones who alter the environment. They enter a room. Those who can look beyond the physical, who can experience emotions that others cannot, who can hear divine whispers. Their talents are not from this world. Because of this, they are often misunderstood, frightened, or even rejected. Having these abilities is both a privilege and a hardship. The percentage of selected individuals who possess these skills often find themselves wandering alone. People don't comprehend them. They detect events before they occur. They have dreams about events that subsequently come true. They can sense the emotions and intentions of individuals around them. People are uncomfortable just being around them, regardless of whether they say anything. Not because they did anything wrong, but because their energy is too strong for people who have not woken. They dispel illusions, reveal falsehoods, and restore clarity where confusion previously reigned. As a result, they are often marginalized, ignored, or undervalued. Many of these extremely endowed, chosen ones go through periods of seclusion when they believe no one fully knows them. They may have attempted to repress their abilities and mute their intuition in order to blend in with the rest of the world. But it never works. Their essence refuses to comply. Their energy refuses to be muted, no matter how hard they attempt to fit in. The force inside them is constantly resurfacing. And after they have completely accepted who they are, they understand that the solitude was essential. It was never intended to break them. It was intended to prepare people, since these gifts are not provided for selfish benefit. They are given to fulfill a greater divine purpose. The world is in need of healing, knowledge, and truth, and those among the chosen ones have been entrusted with these abilities to carry out that mission. As a result, they are put through more rigorous testing than others. This is why their path is sometimes fraught with more difficulties, hardships, and losses. God does not bestow enormous strength onto weak hands. If you have one of these rare talents, it means you have shown yourself worthy of it. The chosen one. If this message speaks to you, it's because you're supposed to hear it. You are not ordinary, and never have been. You were picked for something bigger, something most people would never comprehend. The world may not have recognized you yet, but the divine does. Your moment for waking has here. It is now time to unleash your entire potential. The unique spiritual talents of the selected one. Every individual called by God have a divine nature inside themselves. Every chosen one has spiritual strength, a strong connection to the unseen, and a sense of separation from the world. However, a small percentage of those picked are unusual. Those whose talents are beyond comprehension. Those who walk with an anointing so strong that it cannot be ignored. These folks have powers that go beyond human perception. They have gifts that enable them to operate across worlds with divine power, influencing both the spiritual and corporeal. If you are within this percentage, your very existence has miraculous weight. These uncommon gifts are not granted to everyone. The Almighty assigns them to those who are spiritually capable of carrying them. They are not for ego or personal benefit, but for a bigger purpose, to heal, lead, protect, and materialize. Divine will on earth. These talents carry a heavy burden, and individuals who possess them often face arduous challenges to perfect them. If you've ever questioned why your trip has been so arduous, why you've had to confront seemingly insurmountable challenges, it's because your gift is strong. The opponent does not target what is weak. He only fights what is threatening him. 5 of the rarest presents stand out above the others. Only the most spiritually evolved of the selected ones has these gifts. If you hold one or more of these, you have received something genuinely holy. Divine sight, often known as prophetic vision, refers to the capacity to perceive beyond the physical world. Those who possess this talent have dreams, visions, and insights that disclose the future before it occurs. They may have dreams about events that will take place days, months, or even years in advance. They see things that others don't, hidden truths, spiritual cautions, and heavenly instructions that direct their path. When this ability is active, the barrier between realms thins, and individuals with it may see beyond the current instant, detecting impending events before they happen. Many people with this ability have had experiences when they knew something was about to happen before it did, seeing symbols or messages in their dreams that subsequently come true, or sensing the presence of spiritual energies that others cannot detect. If you've ever felt that your dreams contain secret messages, or if you've seen visions so vivid that they seemed more real than reality itself, you may have the gift of divine sight or the gift of energy. Mastery is a tremendous skill that permits a chosen one to exert control over spiritual energy. Individuals with this skill may enter a room and quickly detect the vibrations, emotions, and hidden intents of individuals around them. They have the ability to absorb or reject spiritual energy, and their very presence may change the environment. They are the ones who experience things thoroughly. Even if no words are said, they may feel unexpected surges of energy when someone around them is in anguish, or they may immediately recognize when someone is lying, concealing something, or harboring an evil spirit. However, this talent is more than simply the ability to sense energy. It is also about mastering it. The most evolved chosen ones with this talent may cleanse areas, eliminate bad energies, and even emit such a powerful energy field that others are instantaneously relaxed or elevated in their presence. If you've ever been told that your energy is unique, or if people are always attracted to you for unknown reasons, if you can detect energy fluctuations with extraordinary clarity, you may have the gift of energy mastery. The talent of supernatural healing is one of the most holy and powerful skills that a chosen one may have. This is the talent of repairing, mending, and providing healing to people who are damaged. But the mending is more than simply bodily. It's emotional, spiritual, and even energetic. Those with this talent have a presence that alleviates suffering, words of peace and energy that heal invisible wounds. Some people with this skill may also be able to heal spiritual illnesses, dissolve generational curses, and assist others in achieving their real divine potential. They may notice that others flock to them for advice without understanding why, or that strangers open up to them about their deepest grief, or that they have an overwhelming need to assist those in need. If you've ever observed that others feel better after being around you, that your words appear to heal wounds, or that you have an unbreakable desire to help others recover, you may have the talent of miraculous healing. But the gift of divine communication is the capacity to hear clear communications from God, angels, and the spiritual world. Those with this talent do not just pray. They hear the responses. They do not just seek direction. They receive heavenly guidance, whether in the form of quick flashes of insight or incontrovertible indications that are too accurate to be coincidence. These people are in continual communication with the divine. Their capacity to decipher information from the spirit realm makes them effective guides, prophets, and messengers. If you've ever felt as if God is speaking to you personally, if you've ever had indisputable confirmations or heard whispers of truth that turn out to be true, You may have the gift of divine communication, also known as manifestation. Power is defined as the power to speed the manifestation of divine intent. Those with this talent have the ability to speak things into reality, and what they say in faith often materialize in their own and other people's lives. They have a firm confidence that what is intended for them will happen, and this belief links their energy with the flow of divine creation. They don't merely wish for things. They order them to exist. They attract gifts, opportunities, and even adjustments in circumstances simply by being in tune with divine purpose. If you've ever observed that your words have immense power, that what you think about seems to happen, or that your faith alone shifts circumstances in your favor, you may have the gift of manifestation power, chosen one. These gifts are not random. They were given to you for a purpose. If you identify yourself in any of these descriptors, know that you are among the select few who have been entrusted with something extraordinary. These powers were given to you to accomplish a divine purpose, to provide healing, to disclose truth, and to carry out God's plan on earth. However, these talents also come with a tremendous deal of responsibility. They need strength, judgment, and a willingness to utilize them correctly. If you feel something stirring within of you as you hear this, if these words speak to your spirit, this is your confirmation. Have you received any of these unusual gifts? Have you observed any indicators that you may be one of the selected few who walk with incredible power? If this is the case, your time for full activation is approaching. The world needs your talents today more than ever. Are you prepared to embrace them? Signs that you have selected one of these uncommon spiritual talents. Many people who walk this globe with enormous spiritual power are unaware of how much they carry. They notice anything unusual about themselves. However, they have never been educated to identify it for what it actually is. They have a stronger sense of emotions. They have moments of clarity before anything occurs. They recognize indications and patterns that others miss. However, some dispute if it implies anything at all. If you've ever wondered why you feel things that others don't, why your presence seems to touch others in ways you can't explain, or why life has never seemed easy for you, this is a confirmation. These aren't coincidences. These are indications that you are one of the chosen few who has uncommon and great spiritual abilities. Many selected ones with these abilities go through life without realizing their full potential. They were never taught how to use what is inside them. The world does not educate individuals how to accept their own spiritual strength. Instead, it attempts to muffle it, making people question their own experiences. But the time for ambiguity is past. If you've come across this message, it means you're intended to realize your entire potential. You are supposed to see the truth about yourself. And there are obvious, indisputable evidence that you possess one or more of these heavenly powers. One of the most powerful symptoms is having prophetic dreams or visions that subsequently come true. Those with the gift of divine sight often get messages in their dreams. They may have a dream about a future occurrence, only to witness it come true, days, weeks, or years later. These dreams are not random. They convey meaning. If you've ever woken up from a dream with the impression that it wasn't simply your imagination, or if you had a vision of something before it occurred, if you've ever had a profound sense in your soul that something was going to happen, it's an indication that you're getting messages from the divine, the spiritual realm, or powers beyond this world that are directing you to your destiny. Another undeniable symptom is the capacity to fully sense people's emotions and energy before they speak. Those who possess the talent of energy mastery do not only perceive emotions, they absorb them. They can feel the tension in a room without hearing a word. They recognize whether someone is depressed, furious, or in trouble, even when they appear to be well. If you've ever been overwhelmed in crowds, tired after spending time with specific individuals, or greatly impacted by the emotions of others, you're an energy-sensitive chosen one. Your ability to detect silent emotions is not accidental. It's a gift. one that enables you to navigate the world with a greater understanding of the dynamics at work. People who have been chosen with uncommon abilities sometimes have a magnetic presence that draws or repels others. This indicates that your energy is too strong to go undetected. People either pull toward you, attracted in by the brightness you radiate, or they get uncomfortable around you, feeling exposed in ways they cannot comprehend. This occurs because your presence alone disturbs illusions, delivering truth to locations where falsehood formerly reigned. If you've observed that people either open up to you right away, disclosing things they don't tell others, or that they seem nervous and even shun you for no apparent reason, it's because your soul contains a heavenly energy that cannot be ignored. Another evident clue is that your prayers and manifestations occur faster than others. Those with the gift of manifestation power often discover that what they say into existence manifests at an unusually fast rate when they concentrate their energies, pray with purpose, and affirm something with complete trust. They don't simply wish for things, they align with them, and those things come true. If you've observed that your ideas, words, and intentions influence your reality more than they do others, it's not by coincidence. You have an ability that enables you to connect the spiritual and practical realms, bringing divine desire to fruition quicker than most people would imagine. Finally, one of the most powerful symptoms is perceiving Spirit's heavenly presence or receiving divine communications unexpectedly. Persons with the gift of divine communication often have occasions when they sense an invisible presence. Here, individuals may hear whispers of advice or unexpectedly get information that they could not have obtained on their own. They may see flashes of light in the corner of their vision, experience a surge of energy while praying, or hear their names spoken when no one is around. They get messages in symbols, repeated numbers, and surprising times of profound clarity. If you've ever been directed by an unseen force, had unexpected insights that turned out to be true, or experienced spiritual creatures around, you may have one of the most holy and rare spiritual talents selected. These are not random encounters. These are indicators, signs that you are one of the chosen few that walk with a divine purpose. You are not supposed to disregard these presents. You are expected to accept, comprehend, and apply them to the divine purpose for which they were bestowed to you. If any of these indications connect with you, or if you have experienced them in your own life, this is confirmation. You are not imagining it. You're not alone. You are part of something bigger. Have you seen any of these signs? Have you ever felt the weight of these talents inside you? If this is the case, your activation time is quickly approaching. Are you prepared to move into your full power? Why do just a percentage of the selected ones get these gifts? The chosen one. Many are frigid, but only a select handful are bestowed with the most potent spiritual abilities. The fact is that not everyone is prepared to wield this degree of celestial power. These gifts are not offered freely to everyone. They are designated for people who have undergone testing, those who have braved the refining fire, those who have been honed by hardships into vessels capable of wielding such hallowed powers. The spiritual abilities bestowed to the percent of selected ones come with immense responsibility. They demand not just faith, but also intelligence, discipline, and unshakable determination. God does not bestow enormous power onto unprepared hands. Those who receive these gifts must be spiritually grown, able to bear the weight of what they have received. If these skills were given to the inexperienced, they would be abused, misinterpreted, or even discarded. This is why many people who are called to significant spiritual missions must first go through seasons of testing and refining. They do not get their goods promptly. Instead, they are put in settings that deprive them of all they previously knew, forcing them to completely realize who they are. The percentage of people picked to obtain these uncommon gifts is not representative of those who have had an easy route. They have suffered much. They have experienced betrayal, loss, rejection, and intense spiritual battle. They've been torn down and stripped of their attachments. They were left with just faith to help them go on. Many people have had dark nights of the soul in which they questioned everything, including why they were different, why they suffered so much anguish, and why they couldn't live a simple life like everyone else. However, these fights were never intended to ruin them. They were supposed to prepare them. God tests and refines people who are destined to wield heavenly power. He enables people to suffer so that they might grow in compassion, knowledge, and resilience. Without these experiences, people would be unable to make the most use of their abilities. The agony they experienced was not punishment. It was the creation of a warrior, healer, prophet, and leader. If you look back on your life and see a pattern of severe difficulties, painful challenges, and times when you were ripped apart, know that this was your preparation. The higher the agony, the greater the goal. These gifts often arrive after a period of acute seclusion. Many chosen ones who are destined to obtain heavenly powers experience times of total loneliness. Friendships deteriorate, relationships end. People they previously trusted turn away from them. It may seem that the world has abandoned them, but in truth God is separating them. He is drawing them away from distractions, eliminating people who do not follow their divine path, and putting them in a position where they must completely depend on Him. Here is where the change occurs. This is where they begin to shed their former selves, to break away from delusions, to realize their true nature through pain, isolation, and transformation. The percentage of chosen ones who are meant to receive these gifts emerge stronger, wiser, and more prepared. They no longer see the world in the same way they previously did. They no longer operate at the same frequency as previously. They have been freed of false identities, limiting beliefs, and attachments that previously held them back. As a result, individuals are now ready to accept the full power of their spiritual abilities. But not everyone is prepared to accept their gifts. Many people resist. There are many doubts. Many people dread what they don't completely comprehend. Some people avoid their calling because they are terrified of the responsibilities it entails. They attempt to repress their skills, dismiss the warning signals, and tell themselves that they are just dreaming things. But the fact is that once a gift is put within you, it will never depart. You can run. You may deny it, but it will always be there, waiting for your complete awakening. Those who are bold enough to accept their abilities and totally commit to their divine calling get access to a power that few will ever feel. They become conduits for heavenly energy, miraculous knowledge, and spiritual power. They learn to navigate life with clarity, purpose, and unshakable confidence. They know that all they've been through has led them to this point. They stop wondering why things occurred to them and instead realize that things happened for them. The chosen one. If you have felt this message stirring in your spirit and you identify the anguish, solitude, and transition in your own life, you are one of the few being readied for something bigger. You are not ordinary. You've been set aside. And if you are ready to truly accept your abilities, you will enter a realm of spiritual power that only the most rare individuals on earth will be able to activate and strengthen. The chosen one. Your talents are not intended to lay dormant inside you. They were given to you for a reason. However, in order to effectively use that ability, you must understand how to activate and enhance it. Many chosen ones have flashes of divine insight, intuition, and experiences with spiritual energies throughout their lives. However, they never realize the full potential of their abilities because they don't know how to unlock them. If you've been feeling that there's more inside of you, that your talents are more powerful than you've been utilizing them, this message is for you. It's time to awaken. Spiritual talents are like fires. If left neglected, they will stay little, flickering, and never achieve their full brilliance. However, if they are cared for, fostered, safeguarded, and fueled, they will develop into something strong or a force that cannot be ignored. A supernatural force that transforms life. The more you nurture your abilities, the more powerful they become. The issue is, Are you ready to use your full potential to activate and enhance your spiritual gifts? You must walk the road of discipline, protection, connection, faith, and purpose. This is not a trek for the weak. It demands dedication. However, if you accept this process, you will see a shift in your skills that will corroborate what you have sensed in your soul. The first stage is spiritual discipline. You can't strengthen your abilities until you build your spirit. This entails committing to daily prayer, fasting, and meditation. Prayer is the way you speak with the divine, get guidance, and seek clarification. If you do not pray on a regular basis, your spiritual connection will be weakened. Fasting is another effective strategy for purifying your energies, sharpening your thinking, and receiving spiritual downloads without the distractions of the body. Meditation allows you to tune out the world's noise and hear God's voice, your ancestors' whispers, and the direction of your spiritual guardians. If you disregard these disciplines, your abilities will never achieve their maximum potential. But once you commit to them, you will notice that your visions grow clearer. Your intuition will become sharper, as will your capacity to access heavenly energy. The second phase is energy conservation. Spiritually gifted individuals are very sensitive to energy, allowing them to quickly absorb negativity, darkness, and harmful influences. If they are not cautious, you must learn how to protect yourself against psychic assaults, poisonous settings, and people that sap your vitality. Not everyone should have access to you. Not everyone should be permitted in your area. Some individuals carry energy designed to confuse you, to block you, to impair your abilities. If you are continuously surrounded by disorder, low vibratory energy, and negativity, your spiritual strength will be weakened. Protect your energy. Be aware of who and what you let into your life. If you feel uncomfortable in a location, leave. If someone drains you rather than boosting you, keep your distance. It is essential for your spiritual willpower. The final phase involves divine connection. Your talents are not from you. They originate from a higher source. To strengthen them, you must stay linked to the divine. This entails strengthening your connection with God, your heavenly guides, and the spiritual forces that have been put in your life to help you. Many chosen ones suffer because they attempt to act independently without fully relying on the divine. However, the most powerful spiritual fighters, healers, and visionaries all have one trait. They move with heavenly aid. They seek advice before making judgments. They heed to their spirit's warnings. They understand that their power is not their own. It is something given to them by a higher power. The stronger your relationship with the divine, the more aligned your talents will be. The fourth phase involves faith and confidence. Doubt is the most powerful opponent of spiritual abilities. If you don't trust in your own abilities, they will stay dormant. Many chosen ones have imposter syndrome, which makes them believe they are unworthy of the skills bestowed upon them. They question their visions. They disregard their instincts. They play down their capacity to materialize. But hear this, your power is real. You were given these talents for a purpose. You do not need external validation to affirm what you already know. Your heavenly power will expand when you totally embrace it and stop questioning it. What you think affects your reality. If your talents are feeble, they will remain such. If you feel they are strong, they will express their full potential. The option is yours. The last stage is to move into your purpose. Your talents were not given to you just for selfish benefit. They were given to you to help, heal, and lead. If you keep your abilities concealed and refuse to utilize them for their original purpose, they will never attain their full potential. The chosen ones who completely utilize their abilities are those who use them in accordance with their divine purpose. This might be using your voice to tell the truth, using your energy to heal others, or utilizing your intuition to help people who are lost. The more you utilize your abilities for the greater good, the stronger they will become. This is the key to maximizing their potential. The chosen one. Your talents are ready to be fully activated. They are already within you, but they take action, dedication, and faith. The more you embrace them, the stronger they will grow. You were not picked to be stagnant. You were picked to ascend. Your talents were put inside you for a reason. And now is the moment for you to unleash your entire potential. Are you ready? The awakening has started. Final message and call to action. The chosen one. You're not here by chance. You did not come upon this message by coincidence. This is a confirmation. If you recognized your abilities in the words you heard today, if your spirit responded with the realities shared, you are one of the earth's most rare chosen ones. You've been granted something very few people have, something that has enormous power, divine purpose, and miraculous importance. But here, this is evident. It's time to truly embrace who you were intended to be. There is no longer time for indecision. There is no longer space for uncertainty. This is the year to ascend. This is not the time to stifle your power, quiet your voice, or keep your abilities buried for fear of what others may think. The time to hide is done. The moment has come to enter into your heavenly position. Your whole life has been preparing you for this moment. The challenges and the suffering, the loneliness, the teachings, they were all essential to get you to this point. You are not supposed to live in the shadows. You are designed to walk with heavenly power. If you felt something shift in your soul while listening to this message, or if you've noticed a deeper calling stirring inside you, here is confirmation. Don't disregard your feelings. Do not let uncertainty take what has already been planted within of you. Your talents are genuine. Your objective is genuine. Your mission is genuine. You are unlike everyone else because you were never supposed to be. You are one of the selected few who have been bestowed with the most unique spiritual powers. And now the world expects you to walk proudly in them. This is your opportunity to make a choice. Will you accept your talents or let fear keep you back? Will you trust what God has put inside you? Will you wait for another sign? Because this is your sign. There's nothing else to wait for. Everything you need is already within you. Simply say yes to your calling. If you believe this message is coming directly to you, and you know in your heart that now is the moment to completely embrace your spiritual abilities, comment right now. Let this be your spiritual proclamation. Allow this to serve as proof that you are ready to go into your full potential. Speak it into reality. Claim it with confidence. The skies are listening. I am declaring a blessing over you right now. I invoke divine activation for your talents. May your spiritual talents improve. May your intelligence grow. May your road be clear. Every impediment, delay, or force that has attempted to keep you back is being erased. In this season, you will move with clarity, confidence, and supernatural might. No more hesitating. No more dread. No more waiting. You are entering a season of supernaturally accelerated activity in which things that appeared unattainable will suddenly come easily. You're ready. Your time has come. Your talents are being completely realized. The chosen one. Please do not stop this message here. Others, like you, need to hear this. There are additional selected ones who are still seeking confirmation, who are still doubting their mission. Share this message with them. Help them see their own heavenly power. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do so immediately. There will be more disclosures. More knowledge will be revealed. Stay connected, since this is only the beginning. You are part of something bigger than yourself. The percentage of selected ones who walk with heavenly powers is rising. And you're one of them. The moment has arrived. The world is waiting. Are you ready?